Hey everyone, it's Wingspan TT, and if you're watching, you know what time it is. No, it's not time to change your major from art history to something useful. It's time for Path of Exile. What's Path of Exile all about? Well, Path of Exile was made by Grinding Gear Games. I actually interviewed them for Top Tier Tactics, and it is basically the game that Diablo 3 should have been. I know that's a big statement to make. I know that's pretty much a lot of people are going to hate on that kind of statement. And I would even go so far to say that this game is overall better than Diablo 2. And that doesn't mean, maybe Diablo 2 is the best at its time for what it was. But basically, they took Diablo 2, they updated the graphics, they updated so much of the gameplay, they just made it its own. They fix a lot of the problems of the genre in general. The whole action RPG genre that Diablo kind of set off into motion with Torchlight, which I hate, with Diablo 3, which I hate, with a lot of games, that, had varying levels of success. And here I'm playing as Erithia, my Hardcore League Ranger. That's right, Hardcore. I figure I've been playing these games for 20 years or whenever they first came out. I'm pretty sure I'm qualified to play hardcore. There's nothing pretty about my character. She doesn't have Amazonian cleavage. I'm in a fucking gothic, scary ass world. There's no time for cleavage, just time for killing things, and that's about it. So let me explain a couple things about Path of Exile. For anyone who doesn't know so far, it's in open beta right now. I've been playing since closed beta. I got in on it kind of early. Here, a lot of things are going to seem familiar. You have your life globe, you have your mana globe. In addition to life, you have shield that's tied to your intelligence. And one thing that's really cool about Path of Exile, let me just see if I pull up the right thing here. You have intelligence, strength, dexterity, and each of these attributes obviously are in a lot of ways familiar. Strength gives you life, all right, but strength also gives you melee damage. So in a way, it's both offensive and defensive. Offensive on melee damage, defensive on giving you life. Okay, intelligence gives you mana that powers your skills. All right, so mana is what fuels your abilities. Having more mana lets you have more offensive output, but then it also gives you energy shield. So just by having intelligence, you get extra shielding, and shielding also comes on armor. And then dexterity, of course, gives you accuracy. So that's the offensive part. It increases the odds that your hits will actually land, and also gives you dexterity to evasion, which decreases the odds that you get hit. So each of these things are very nicely balanced. There's a reason to use all of them, but obviously, depending on what your character build is and what character class you go for, you're going to gravitate towards one thing or the other. And I'm level 25 right now. Erithia has made it so far to level 25 without dying. One thing I don't like about this game so much is I feel that these general character information sheets are never very useful. I liked how in Diablo 2, in Diablo 3, in some other games, this information was a lot more organized. Here it's just like a big list. It's kind of hard to read across certain things. Whatever. Let's look at skills. And skills are like a big part of Path of Exile. And as you can see, there are a lot of goddamn skills. Now, these aren't skills in the technical sense. These are all passive skills. So Path of Exile, every time you get a level up, instead of getting, let's say, a skill point and some stat points, you get a single passive skill point. And some of the passive skills, a lot of them are kind of boring, like plus 10 to dexterity. So for your level, instead of getting, like in Diablo 2, 5 stat points, you could use it to get 10 stat points here, getting plus 10 to dex. And of course, there are some nodes that give you something like 30 to dex and something else. But then there's other nodes that do really cool stuff. So I'm working towards them. All right, so here's one where you just get a lot more mana regeneration rate and a lot more increased mana. There's one, that increase your evasion armor. All right, pretty basic. But then there's this. So you lose all evasion and gain tons of armor. All right, so that's just something that's a little different. Twin Terrors here. If you wanted to dual wield to get increased critical strike chance, point blank, your ranged weapons do huge damage at point blank range, but not so much damage far away. And you can really customize your character like this. I can't even calculate. I don't even think Grinding Gear Games has calculated how many different skill combinations there could be, the passive skills. But it is just absolutely insane. And building your character takes a lot of planning, but you also get respec points for doing certain quests. You can get items that can respec. You know, it's not a full respec. You don't get them all at once, but you earn respec points, and then you can kind of take back parts of your build. So if I accidentally, you know, build this way on the character tree and get kind of far into spell damage and realize I don't want to cast spells, I'm a ranger. Why would I want to do that? I can unspec those and, you know, undo some of the damage and rebuild towards the things I want to do. So it's just a really cool system. Tons of customization. Now, of course, people are going to ask about active skills, and I obviously do have active skills. I'm running Poison Arrow, Ice Shot, Split Arrow. And how does that work? Well, active skills in Path of Exile are gems. Alright, so you get gems, you socket them into your items, and then as you have the gems, alright, they do have requirements, like the minimum stat requirements that you need. They also have, you know, requirements of your level. But the thing with the gems is, as you use them and as you gain experience while you have them equipped, they gain experience and level up. So they go from level 1 to 20, and then it encourages you, even if you want to try new skills, you're going to have to level them up to use them for a little bit. Obviously, they level faster when you're higher level areas because they accumulate experience faster, but it forces you to use them. It also forces you to kind of plan around here. So, you know, you could pick up an item and it might have a lower defense than the previous helmet you had, but it might have gem slots that are more useful to you. So for instance, this one has one slot for dexterity skill and one slot for an intelligence skill, and obviously I'm dex build, so I mainly have dex gems, but here's one that's a strength gem for decoy totem that lures people away from me. And here you'll see joined slots, and here what happens is I have Ice Shot that shoots an ice arrow, I have Split Arrow that's kind of like multi-shot in Diablo 2, and then I have Fork. That's whenever my projectiles hit an enemy, they fork into two separate additional projectiles. So here, when I hit Ice Arrow, and this, you'll see the fork increases the mana cost of skills tied to it by 125%. It's tied to both of these skills, so it raises both of their mana costs, but in exchange I get extra arrows. And you know, enough talking, I'm going to go out and kill stuff so you can see what I'm generally talking about. I'm in the middle of Act 2 now. I have these two active quests. I kind of unleash some kind of demons that are just filling the world with evil. It's moderately scary. And I also need to deal with bandits, and this is a really cool side quest. I'm going to go into a separate area here, go out to the crossroads, and it's a little easy because I've spent a lot of time circling back in areas I've been to. I've been trying to like collect certain collectibles right now, so in that extent I'm a little over leveled, so I'm going to be able to just massacre things fairly relentlessly without any real effort. I have flasks, and what I really like about flasks is, unlike Diablo, you can't just hoard them. Unlike Diablo 3, they're not just like pointless, where they're just on this really weird timer where, you know, you're getting these orbs, I guess, really, that's just decided randomly from the game. So I didn't really like either of those systems in Diablo 2 or 3. So with the flasks in yes, back into the ground with you. What the flasks in Path of Exile do is you choose flasks. You can actually craft them. You can get magic, rare, unique flasks, things like that. But basically, they fill slowly over time as you get kills. So it's not random. It's not random in the sense, you know, it's similar to Diablo 3 in the sense that, yes, you have to kill enemies to get more potions, right? But it's not random. They fill at a set rate based on how many people you kill and based on how many charges they have and things like that. Really cool. So, and then you can actively manage, like, all right, I want to keep 2 health ones, 2 mana ones, and a speed boost one. Or you can have one that gives you extra resistance. Or you can have one that gives you like extra critical damage or anything like that. And these enemies are just annoying. These enemies are annoying. I'm gonna go out, head to see if I can deal with those bandit lords. Here's a whole bunch of guys, and again, like I said, I'm kind of over level. But you see, when I fire my multi-shot, when I fire my split arrow, or even the ice arrow, you'll see, because I have the fork gem, that it actually splits into additional arrows. And that guy is just gonna roll past me, but my evasion's so high I don't take anything from it. Portal scroll. One thing that's also in this game is you'll notice there's no gold being dropped on the game. There's absolutely no gold. Everything in the game is an item. So when you sell your items to the vendors in town, you know, this is a bartering system. They're in Ray class. It's like this world that's kind of like Australia, New Zealand, just full of like old school convicts and stuff like that. They don't have any gold to give you. There's no gold on the ground, so they're going to trade you scrolls of wisdom. They're going to trade you all kinds of scrolls and neat items that can re-roll your magic, things like that. And what's cool about that is it means everything in the game can be traded. Literally everything. Your items can be traded. Your skills are, you know, gems, as we saw before. They can be traded, so you can level up skills for someone else who doesn't have time to level them. So you, in a way, you can kind of trade your grinding to someone else. You can trade them the leveling experience. Of course, they still need to have the requisite stats and experience to use those gems. You can trade your identity scrolls and town portal scrolls. You can trade anything you find. You can trade all kinds of items. Oh, this guy is resistant to elemental damage. Luckily, poison is not elemental, so I can... Ooh, rares. Oh, I'm taking some damage here. Gonna chug a potion. Let's see what this thing does. It is a boot knife. I really had no use for it. We can see it's a knife that has a single intelligence slot, so I don't even care what the stats do. I'm not going to use it. I did forget to activate my hatred aura, which is going to give me additional cold damage in exchange, and I really like what they do with auras here too, in exchange for reserving part of my mana. So it doesn't have a mana cost to it exactly, but it means I cannot access a certain percentage of my mana just from using it. So it seems really balanced, and as it gets more powerful, the amount of mana that gets reserved changes. So really cool, and I know this looks very easy, but like I said, I'm really over leveled for this area. I've been playing really safe because I'm playing hardcore, so I just really don't want to die. And unlike Diablo, and you know, I could go either way on this, when your hardcore character dies in raid class, when they die in Path of Exile, they don't die permanently, they just become a normal softcore, pansy core character, as I like to call it. So playing hardcore, it's not like if you die, it's not the end of the world. You can still play with your character. So if you have an emotional attachment to your character, that's still there, but you drop off the hardcore ladder. You can't, your items kind of lose value because in softcore, they obviously, people get cool items more easily. But yeah, it's a really cool system. I just pick up the rings because I want ID scrolls to trade in for them. The other thing that's you know, I talked about how all this stuff is itemized. Path of Exile, pretty much the only thing that's not itemized is of course your passive skill tree, but even that is itemized because people can trade an item, an orb that gives you a respec point, so even that is itemized. What I was going to say is the other thing that's itemized in this game that's cool is the end game. So basically in the end game, once you get far enough into the game, you can find rare, unique maps and things like that. And the end game is maps. So you find maps, and then when you use them, you get a portal that goes to like kind of cool side areas that are randomly generated. And they, just because they're items, they also have things like, okay, you can have a, just like you'll have like a frosty bow that deals cold damage, maybe you could have a frosty map and then all the enemies on the map do cold damage. Or maybe you could have a lucky map and all the enemies on the map have an increased chance to drop rare items. So it's just a really cool system. What it means is that the end game will never be boring boss runs, running Bale over and over and over, doing the same areas over and over, grinding for Nephilim Valor and going through packs. You get these cool maps, you could trade for the maps. You can be like, well, I'm looking for a map that has very few number of really hard guys because my build is really, you know, good for taking down bosses. Someone else wants a kind of cow level map, so they'll trade for some map that has like tons and tons of people in it. It's really high enemy density or really high fire damage because they're basically immune to fire damage or something like that. It's a really cool system. It means things never get old, and you can bring your friends into the map, and the maps are really balanced too. Like basically when you go into the map, you get like a couple town portals that take you in the map. Every time you die or you leave the map to go to town to sell stuff, you use up one of those portals. So if you're by yourself, you can only enter the map a certain number of times. Oh, I'm going to put down the decoy here because this guy's scaring me. He's really big and intimidating. He's got additional life. I guess he's not actually scary in any way because, like I said, I'm just kind of over leveled. Need some mana. Take him down here. Just take him down with the chaos damage. Alright. What is this? Alright, not bad. Alright, superior saber, superior stuff will sell well. Anyway, like I said, it's just really cool. Everything's itemized. That means that there's always a reason to play more. So even if you don't like the grind for items or the grind for skill points, you can grind just for cool endgame content. You could play with your friends looking for cool maps. There's maps that have an increased chance to drop other maps. So there's just a lot of cool stuff going on. This guy didn't die from my poison. All right. The other thing about it is just, I mean, just look at it. Like, yeah, the graphics aren't amazing, but it just doesn't look like fucking Power Rangers like Diablo 3. Like, it just has this, like, very serious sense to it. Like, my characters aren't just saying stupid, witty quips constantly. There's no, like, giant flaming swords. I have my very minimalist, hey, as a waypoint. Alright. I still haven't found the person I need to talk to on this map. It's called Broken Bridge, though, so I'm going to guess it's somewhere near this giant broken bridge. And I've played this before in the closed beta. My characters did get wiped. We're in open beta, so I assume they're going to get wiped again. Poison arrow and split arrow, both close to leveling. You'll see, even though I run, it's not like the super fast speed of Diablo 3 or Diablo 2 running. So you kind of have that Diablo 1 feel where things are actually genuinely scary. Ooh, I walk through the grass and it moves along. All right, I know it's not fancy. So you can't outrun all the enemies either. And you can't quick bind Town Portal to one of these things either. So if you get in a really hairy situation, you're going to get screwed. All right, I'm going to walk into this camp here. All right, there's some people here. All right, I guess there's some kind of clan leader I got to talk to. Kraden, he's one of the 3 bandit lords that are ruining shit for the forest encampment. They want me to come negotiate with the bandit lords. There's 3 of them. They all hate each other. And I'm going to guess from this guy's double daggers, double swords, that he's the dexterity guy. There's probably an intelligence, wizard or something, and also a strength person also. So let's see what he has to say.
This world gets all bent out of shape, and suddenly here you are. Doesn't take a genius to add that one up. I'm the kind that cleans up his own messes. What kind are you?
I'm the kind that puts poison in people. Oh, you don't really care what I have to say. All right, fine.
What I don't like, Open and their thieving mongrels.
So those are the other 2 bandit lords.
I'm thinking you could do something about that. What's in it for you? The amulets around Oak and Alira's necks. The ones like mine here. There's power in them beyond reckoning. Take 2 heads and 2 amulets. Bring them to me. And take half the power. That add up right for you?
So here's the idea. So if I help him, I'll get permanent 8 plus 8% resist all elements. And this is really cool because this is really different from what you see in Diablo. Also, it's not just a set quest. I don't have to do it. I can choose to help him. I'll get the resist all, right? But I don't really need resist all. So I think I'm just going to end this guy's life. And of course, this is hardcore mode. I'm going to have to fight him, all of his cronies. And here's the other cool thing. If you have party members who decide they want to help him because they want the resist all, and you choose to kill him, you're going to have to fight the party members to the death. And I'm pretty sure in hardcore mode, that means that your party is going to be, people are going into the fucking ground when that's done. That's crazy. So I'm going to kill this guy. I'm not interested in fighting him. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my God. He's got Flicker Strike. Of course. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I'm taking lead. No. Please don't have... Oh, my God. This is going to happen on my goddamn stream. No. This is going to happen on my stream video. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Please. I didn't think this could happen. Oh, my God. He's scary. Oh, shit. I'm running through all my potions. Oh, my God. I'm running through all my potions. I'm running through my potions. He's resistant to cold. That is bad because I do a lot of cold damage. I do a lot. Oh, my God. He's dealing damage to me. Shit. I'm going to be very mad at you guys. I'm going to be mad at my subscribers for costing me my hardcore life. I'm going to run away. Oh, shit. He's got Flicker Strike. I can't run away. I forgot all about that. Oh, my God. He's fucking owning me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Oh, my God. No, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. I got to turn off my aura because it just produces... Oh my god, you saw that so close. Am I gonna live? I think I'm gonna live. Shit. Oh my god, he's teleporting right on me. Yes, fuck you! Fuck you, Caitlin. Yeah. 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 Oh my god, that was so close. I know the one day commentating is gonna cost me my life, hardcore life. People are like, Wing, why do you play hardcore? Why do you play hardcore? Why can't you just be like a normal person and play normal pansy core? The reason is because that was so intense. You have no clue how my heart is beating right now. That actually was scary. That was genuinely scary because it would have cost me big time to lose that. And I like that. I like having some stakes. So let's see here. I kill a Kenny. Okay, these guys are 2 alive. So I can go talk to the other bandit lords and see if they have a better deal for me. If they have something that I want more than 8% resist all. And I won't, I'll spoil it for you guys. Basically, the idea is, you could choose to ally with them. If you kill them all, you have all their amulets. You could choose to do stuff with that too. Let's see. I have this guy's amulet. Is that it? Is it here? Did I get it? Here it is. Right. So I get the other people's amulets. You can put them together. Then you have your final amulet. Do you keep it for yourself? Do you give it to townspeople? Really cool. I love it. Anyway, guys, I'm Wingspan TT from TopTierTactics.com. I know I've talked for a long while. It's been 19 minutes now. I want to give you a sense of what Path of Exile is all about, some of the cool aspects of it, why I like this game, why I'll be playing it. It's an open beta right now, so anyone can play it for absolutely free. There's totally ethical microtransactions, and I think you should check it out. So I hope you come back next time. If you want to see more of this, I'll definitely make more of it. If you don't want to see more of it, then I guess I'll probably have a higher chance of surviving my hardcore life. Either way, I guess I'll see you next time. Cheers.